card, Fernanda.
And for me.
Aussi.
I must away to my sweet Amelie, for tomorrow I shall be a wedded man.
Captain Amelie will steer him safe to dock.
What's to steer? Put both hands on the oars and row.
Gentlemen, you're speaking of my wife-to-be.
We'll teach her to walk like a sailor.
I'll have to ask her first. My commission from the Pharaoh. I order you to drink it up. See me double tomorrow.
Captain Mercced.
Good, Captain Mercced. Make me one more yelp, you scurvy rat, and I'll count what you would rather keep. Oui. Thank you, mistress.
Captain Mercced. The Pharaoh was my ship to have. And Morrell gives it to that Bastion viper.
Why is that, Monsieur Danglars?
Monsieur, because of Danglars. The busybody girl lied about my reports and said I didn't bring back enough money from the cargo we sold. As if I would steal from my own employer. And now the girl's going to marry this Captain Mercced.
Melt.
You just like the Danglars girl.
I could slit her throat. No, to be mistrusted in money.
I would cut her open from stem to stern, mon ami. As long as it happens before tomorrow.
Leave us.
Be it, sir. Au revoir, Monsieur Danglars. Mademoiselle Mondego.
What do you care, Fernanda Mondego?
I have loved Mercced as long as I have known him.
You love him, yet you stand here washing dishes instead of seeking a remedy to your situation.
What would you have me do? I would love to stab that girl Danglars, but Mercced has told me that if any misfortune came to his betrothed, he would kill himself.
Then you and I have a common interest, my Catalan friend. I may be able to help you.
Do I need your help, Danglars?
Yes. You would like Mercced and I to be rid of Amelie Dantas.
Death alone would separate them. I would
Prison would be enough. She need not die.
How?
I have certain information.
What information?
Mercced took a letter from a certain man when we put into port after Captain Leclerc died.
A letter. Mercced cannot read.
I know this. You should have the Dantas girl delivered for him.
What should that accomplish?
Could you persuade him?
You doubt me?
A woman's resourcefulness is without end.
For the right purpose, so I ask again, what would that accomplish?
The man who gave him the letter was Napoleon himself.
Monte.
You see Merced's predicament.
He would be killed.
Merced is a practical man. If he sees reason, he may merely lose the captain's
This is
post.
nothing to me if Mercced is hanged as a traitor.
But I have a means of saving Merced and ridding ourselves of Amelie Dantas.
Evil deeds cost the doers in the end.
If they are found out.
What must I do?
Accusations are so difficult to outlive these days. Republicans and Bonapartists. Each man accuses his neighbor. And then the neighbor disappears.
You stand accused of theft.
A little theft is like a candle flame. Napoleon, the blazing sun. Who will remember what I have done? Morrell will have nowhere to turn to but me. Merced will have no one left but you. Bring me pen and paper, and then we must go speak to Merced.
I shall fetch your writing instruments. Would you care for another drink, friend Danglars?
Salut, mademoiselle.
Come into my office.
Thank you, Monsieur Morrell. You have made us the happiest people in all Marseille.
You are the rose of all Marseille's Amelie Dantas, or should I say Herrera?
You must be Dantes. Merced is Herrera.
The name Dantes will die out in Marseille. That is my father's only regret of the marriage. Here, sir, is the last report I have for you.
I will send the Pharaoh out again. You will still work for me, Manon?
Of course I will. Monsieur Danglars seems to have made several remarkably consistent miscalculations. I justified paying for freedman labor by noting the profit to you upon sale is the same as you're accustomed to, and there is no blood in your sugar, sir.
Are the people in America wild savages? Father says they are.
I call no one savage who speaks French as well as you and I. They're all citizens in the colonies. I'll put those in chains.
Even after you marry, you must stay on till Maximillian comes of age. He has much to learn from you.
Let my sister be chaperone or I'll be gendarme.
Do not say such a thing. You'll be chaperone like your father. You'll be the kindest and best owner in all Marseille.
I shall wear the colors and fight the king's wars.
Conduct yourself honorably in every circumstance and fight bravely.
Yes, yes.
Oh, you have killed a Maximilian. Kiss me before I die.
Disgusting.
You mustn't kill my employees, Maximilian, for Amelie has not been profitable to me just yet.
Yes, father.
I wish you joy, Amelie Dantes. We will attend your wedding feast tomorrow.
A million thanks, Monsieur Morrell. I will see you tomorrow.
And not for a week after. You and your new husband must have time for yourselves after all.
Fernanda, I meant to talk with you.
You are
the
marrying
moment was-
tomorrow?
I will marry Amelie before her father dies.
And why will you not marry me instead?
I've answered you 100 times. You're stupid to ask me again.
Repeat it, I beg of you. Tell me again for the 100th time that you are only trifling with my affection, that my life or death mean nothing to you.
I never encouraged you.
No, you never encouraged me. Not when you came through my window, nor when you hid when you heard my mother's voice. You never encouraged me.
That is all past. Tomorrow I marry Amelie.
How? When you love another better than your wife.
I have no more to say.
There was a warrant served for your arrest. I came to warn you.
I've done nothing wrong.
Oh, certain letter you promised to deliver.
Letter.
How did you know? Arrested, and there'll be questions and testimony against you unless you listen to me. I will not forgive your rejection, but I'll have no hope at all with you in a prison cell. Give the letter to Amelie.
Amelie
It's a
has
girl. Who would suspect her of treason? If they find the letter, they will rebuke her and send her home to her new husband for correction.
The captain asked me to take the letter as he was dying. How could I refuse him?
Who is your witness?
I have none.
Then hide the letter at her house. Say nothing of it. If the warrant is served, say it is by mistake. They will not find the letter, and the whole matter will dissolve.
Yet who is witness against me?
What does it matter? These things are anonymous.
What a fine day to see the marriage of my favorite employee to my newest captain. Felicitacion to you both.
You look sick, Professor Mercced. Hey, are you all right? You should be the happiest man on earth.
Perhaps he thinks I'm now his prison warden.
I'm very happy. Sick with happiness.
Only an hour of freedom left to you, Mercced. Just enjoy what you can of it before Mademoiselle Dantes ruins you.
An hour, Monsieur Danglars, you may slander me as Madame Herrera.
Bonjour, Fernanda.
Monsieur Danglars, you have come for the wedding?
I should regret missing it.
My condolences, then.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. The mayor is on his way to perform our ceremony. In the meantime, please raise your glass of wine to toast our friends, Mercced and Amelie. To the happiest couple in all Marseille. May you have many hours and many babies. Profit and safety at home and at sea. And look you, it is my ship, so do be careful at... What's this?
Monsieur, please be welcome. This is our wedding feast.
I'm afraid, mademoiselle, that we are unable to join in your celebration. Unfortunately, justice must even interrupt something as lovely as a wedding.
Cannot you wait 1 hour?
I know you. Monsieur Morrell. I regret this inconvenience, but I must make my arrest.
Arrest?
Yes, now, if all of you will wait right here, this matter may be resolved very soon. Now, which of you is Amelie Dantes?
I am, sir.
Of course. Mademoiselle Dantes, you are under arrest for treason.
What?
What is the meaning of
Captain,
this?
wait. Can I go through with this?
Mercced,
I must tell him.
Tell me what?
Mercced, help me go to my father.
Think of your future!
It is nothing. Good luck, Amelie.
I must go to my attorney immediately. It couldn't be Maximillian.
What will happen to her?
Only time will tell. Come with me. I will wait with you, but we must go and speak to her father.
He's very sick. This news may kill him.
Yes. Let him.
Please, sit down. Do you know why you've been arrested?
You arrested me for treason, but I do not know why.
You were to be married today.
Yes, sir.
To this Mercced Herrera, captain of the Pharaoh, recently put in at Elba.
So he told me. The report is at Monsieur Morrell's office. Captain Leclerc fell ill. The ship put in at Elba to find a doctor. The good captain died again. It is all on the report.
And who else do you know aboard ship?
I know all the sailors. I hired them. I pay them.
Did you pay them to give you this? Who is your accomplice? What is his name? I have a detailed report that you've been seen trading letters between the rebels and the usurper Napoleon. Now, is this your plan or your father's?
Father?
Old men long for days gone by. Is that how it is with your father? Or did Mercced Herrera give this to you? Is he conspirator with you?
There is no conspiracy.
You are an interesting case. A woman who runs accounts for a shipping company. Very strange, wouldn't you say?
No more strange than true.
Have you or your family supported the usurper?
My father served under old King Louis as a boy. Mercced was to be mustered into the Royal Marines when the usurper fell.
And what are your political opinions?
Political opinions?
Yes.
Alas, sir, I have none. I am a woman, sir. I would not presume to know matters of state. My opinions can be confined to 3 sentiments. I love my father, I respect Monsieur Morrell, and I adore Mercced. This, sir, is all I can tell you. You can see how uninteresting it is.
Could be a jealous enemy. You have a wonderful position with Monsieur Morrell. You are marrying a captain. Such good fortune could have excited envy in someone.
If such persons are among my acquaintances, I would prefer not to know it. Or then I should be forced to hate them.
You are wrong. You should always take care to see clearly all around you. Now, I have this letter accusing you. If it is untrue, how did this letter make its way into your home?
I do not know, sir. I never saw it before this very hour.
There is a conspiracy afoot here that must be torn out by the roots, but I do not think that you are part of it. I am going to depart from the usual line of my inquiry and aid you in uncovering the identity of the accuser. Now, here is the letter. Do you recognize the writing?
It is familiar to me, but it is very plain. It may be any of 100 I see every day.
Then, not as a prisoner to a judge, but as a young woman to a new friend, is there any truth in this?
None at all.
Then let me be the first to congratulate you on your wedding. I hope we've not detained you too long. You are free to go, Mademoiselle Danglars.
Sir?
It is my daughter's birthday. I promised my wife I would be kind today.
Thank you, Monsieur, and congratulations. You will arrest Monsieur Nautier and find out the truth in
What
this
name
conspiracy.
did you say?
Monsieur Nautier.
Where did you hear that?
It was on the point of the... Do you know him? I can make inquiries.
You do not wish to be associated in any way, shape, or form with that name, girl. But I forgot. I cannot put you at your liberty just yet.
You cannot.
No, we must first go through the ritual of the trial.
What? But
Now you know my opinion on your innocence. The only evidence against you is this letter. And it will not be brought against you.
You have been as a friend to me, sir.
You will be free tomorrow. Follow him.
I thank you, Monsieur Villefort.
Oh, my Father Nautier, why must your past escapades always interfere with my successes? Yet, by this letter, which might have ruined me, I will make my fortune.
They will not let me see her, or even inquire about the accusations against Amelie. Why will you not go to her?
I cannot help her now. She is innocent. She will be released, and then this will be over.
Do you know any reason that she should be arrested?
None. She's the most innocent woman in the world. She's not. She's innocent, sir.
You stink of lies. I will not have a captain who lies to me, Mercced. Seek your employment elsewhere. I'll have Danglars, my captain. Go comfort your friend, woman. This coward will get no comfort from me.
There may be time yet for me to tell the truth.
You have lost your bride and your ship. Will you lose your freedom as well?
She's innocent, and I am guilty.
She is proud, and you are free.
She was the happiest woman in the world.
Then perhaps she will enjoy her new home.
Then there is no hope for her, and none for me.
There is hope for you, Mercced. You have me. I will comfort you. Together we will mourn sweet home. We will plan for your future. Where are you taking me?
Unless you are blind or driven to the harbor, mademoiselle, you must know.
I do not.
Look around you, then.
Chateau d'If. I cannot. You cannot mean to imprison me here. This is for political prisoners. I have committed no crime.
Mademoiselle.
I have committed no crime. There's been some horrible mistake. Are there no magistrates or judges at the Chateau d'If?
There are only a garrison, turnkeys, a governess, and good thick walls. Come, come, you need not look so astonished.
Please,
Let
Madame,
her follow me. I will take her to her cell.
I wish to see the governess.
Impossible. If you are a very good girl, you may be allowed to walk about, and perhaps you will see the governess, and if she chooses to reply, well, that is her affair.
Please, Madame, if I cannot see the governess, I will dash her brains out on these stones! Let it
Take her to the dungeon!
Please, Monsieur, Madame, I am not mad! No, please! Monsieur, please! Where is Mercced? I read Mercced! As to Monsieur Villefort, he told us I was to be free. He said I was to be free. Sir, please! It wasn't me, no! Sir, please, no!
And what is next on the agenda, my Marie?
Only the dungeons with the dangerous and mad prisoners, madame.
Well, let us visit them then. And who can live here, Marie?
A most dangerous conspirator, madame. She attempted to kill me and her guard. Madame, it was her first act as a guest of your chateau.
To kill you? Oh, she must be mad.
And if she wasn't before, her time down here will surely drive her to it. In that dungeon, there is another mad woman. The Abbess. Madame surely recalls she came here in 1811 and went mad in 1813. Her madness is quite amusing.
I will inspect them both, Marie, but perhaps not today. I will see them in another year.
What crime have I committed? Why am I still here? Please! Please, of what have I been accused? I've had no trial. I have done nothing. Why have I been left here? Ask for Monsieur Villefort. Ask for him. See him. Hear what he says. I am innocent!
Will you speak to them this year, madame?
How is their disposition, Marie? Laughing or weeping?
Subdued. She says she is no longer surprised at her detention, now that her protector, Villefort, has been promoted away to Paris. As for the Abbess, she still offers a treasure in exchange for her release.
Oh, yes, her 6 millions or so. Was our Abbess a wealthy woman before she became our guest?
If she were rich, she would not have been here.
Well said. Philosophical. I will leave them to their madness. We shall go back to my apartments. I will allow you to serve me my supper.
Madame is very kind.
Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who trespass against us. My God, I have so earnestly prayed to you, and I hope my prayers have been heard. Please, have pity on me. Do not let me die in despair.
Who talks of God and despair at the same time?
In the name of heaven, speak again. Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Amélie Dantes.
And your crime, of which you are no doubt innocent.
I am innocent.
Indeed. The accusation?
Conspiring the Emperor's return.
What? The Emperor's return from where? Is the Emperor no longer on the throne then?
He abdicated in 1814. How long have you been here?
Since 1811. April, I believe. On what does your chamber open?
What?
Your cell. When the door is open, what is there?
A corridor which opens onto a courtyard.
Oh, alas. I have made a mistake. I mistook your chamber for the outer wall of the chateau.
Put you out?
Out over the sea, yes. I would have thrown myself into the water and made my way to one of the islands.
Could you have swum so far?
Oh, heaven would have given me strength. But now all is lost.
Who are you?
I am the Abbess Faria, imprisoned here because I dreamed of one large empire spanning all of Italy, like Napoleon. But now I'm here and will remain so. God Almighty grant me strength until I pass on to heaven.
So you were not trying to escape again?
Well, I have a footprint of the chateau in my mind. What I lacked, apparently, was the proper tools to calculate my excavation. I have tunneled 50 feet, young Amélie Dantes, to reach your chamber rather than the outer wall of the fortress as I had planned.
But we could make an opening in another direction.
It was 4 years just making the tools. I've been 2 years digging and scraping at the earth hard as granite itself. No, all my labor was in vain.
But only one side of my chamber is known. What if one of the other three?
The lower corridor, which the guards patrol, the lower level of the governess apartments, where we would most certainly be recaptured, and the fourth wall looks out on an interior corridor that the guards patrol.
So you abandon all hope of escape?
It is impious to continue that which the Almighty evidently does not approve. I shall return to my writing and studies.
You were allowed ink and paper?
Oh, no. I had none but what I made for myself.
What did you use for paper?
Oh, 2 of my shirts. I invented a preparation which makes linen as smooth and easy to write on as parchment. I'm somewhat of a chemist as well with my other studies. I found that if a woman has 150 well-chosen books, she has, if not all of human knowledge, everything she really needs to know.
Now, I know they didn't let you have books in your cell.
Oh, no. I spent my time before I was a guest here reading and studying these books until I knew them off by heart. I could quote you all of Xenophon, Plutarch, Shakespeare, Machiavelli, Tacitus, Spinoza, or let you see meditations I've written on their works.
Oh, you would have accomplished if you had been free.
Possibly nothing at all. If I'd been free, the overflow of my brain would have evaporated in 1,000 directions.
When I was free, I had no learning or ambition of any kind, and was of no importance to anyone except for my father and my fiancée, Mercced.
You must have been something to somebody, otherwise you wouldn't have been tucked away here out of the way.
No, I assure you, I was of no significance.
I could teach you some of what I know, if only to keep you from being weary of my company.
I haven't heard a human voice but my own in so long, but I fear you would be tormented by one as ignorant as me.
I am not so educated a woman as to prefer solitude to your company. But, alas, my daughter, human knowledge is confined within very narrow limits. Once I have taught you mathematics and science and history and 3 or 4 modern languages, you'll know almost as much as I do. It will scarcely require 3 or 4 years for me to convey to you all the knowledge I possess.
I would give anything. What will you teach me first?
Everything.
Once again, my Marie, at the end of another year, we come to my mad women.
We, Your Honor, must be quite exhausted from your good works during this inspection.
Quite. Can you tell me of the disposition of these 2 creatures in the dungeons?
Quite gentle, madame. The abbess talks to herself and sleeps. When we bring food or water to the younger woman, she simply stares at nothing without blinking.
How many years now has she been our guest?
It is just now more than 9 years, Your Worship.
How time dances, Marie. How it moves. I can certainly wait another year to speak to her then. Don't you think?
Your Honor is very wise.
Prim, second, quatre, tierce, quinte, fletch. En garde. Esse quam vedere.
Esse quam vedere, to be rather than to see.
Good. That's enough teaching for today. But one more question. Cui bono?
Cui bono? Who profits? Profits from what?
I have been trying to reason out why you would have been conspired against and confined here without a trial. Who profits?
No one, I assure you. I was
of no importance. Yes, I know, so you've said, and that's all you've said. Oh, but think, Amélie, logic and philosophy. Indulge me, my daughter, I beg of you.
If you wish.
Very well. Now let us think. You were about to be married.
Yes, to Mercced. He was just on point of being made captain of the Faria.
Oh, yes, an honor and a blessing, yes, indeed. But who would have wanted to have prevented your marriage or prevented him being made captain?
No one. Well, wait. Possibly.
Now, what is his name?
Danglars, the ship's merchant. If Mercced had been made captain, Danglars would have been removed.
Good. Now, the second question. Who would have prevented your marriage?
I cannot believe that anyone would... Well, there was a young woman whom I think loved Mercced. Fernanda.
And was Fernanda acquainted with this Danglars?
No. I saw them together the day before the wedding, and they were together at the ceremony. Oh, those heartless, treacherous scoundrels!
And is there anything else I can help you discover besides the villainy of your friends?
Don't joke, I beg you, Mother. Can you explain how I was condemned without ever having been convicted?
Oh, perhaps. The young deputy who examined you. Did you tell him the whole of your story?
I did. He seemed quite overcome by my predicament. He gave me proof of his sympathy by burning the sole evidence which could have incriminated me.
What? He burnt the accusation?
No, he destroyed the letter. I saw it done.
Well, that changes things. To whom was the letter addressed?
To Monsieur Nautier.
Nautier? Ah, uncommon. I knew a Nautier. Unusual, a fellow revolutionary. What was the name of your deputy?
Before?
Oh, dear God in heaven. Oh, my poor child. Nautier's full name was Nautier Villefort.
No,
your deputy was the son. You are here to protect the family name.
So kind to me, but it cannot be so.
Think, Amelie. Philosophy and logic. Your Mercced. Why did he never confess to taking the letter? Who could have hidden the letter in your house?
Not have. Where is God's justice? Blood only will pay for this.
Oh, my child, I regret. I would never wish to instill vengeance in your heart.
Leave me for today, Mother. I cannot think.
Oh, Amelie, till tomorrow, then. Our God is good. His justice will come in time.
And the dungeons again, Your Honor.
My honor is what troubles me on this inspection, Marie. I fear I have not toured the madwomen with nearly the frequency which my duty requires.
Perhaps then I should wake them, Madame, so that you may be amused today.
Wake them? Is it so late, then?
Your benevolence with the other prisoners has been most indulgent. It is very late.
Then my benevolence shall continue, Marie, but next year I will visit them first.
Your philanthropy is very great. I am honored to be witness to it.
What a very good girl you are, my Marie.
I am disgraced, impeached, and baffled here, pierced through the soul by slander's venomous spear, the which no balm can cure but his heart-blood. Good mother, Abbess Faria. You were asleep. I was reciting Shakespeare to you. You've been so ill, I was afraid that...
Oh, please, my child. There is one last thing I have to tell you.
The one last thing. Are you sure you'll be well again come summer?
Now, please, Amelie, I will need your help to return to my cell again today, and I don't think it will be in my power to come back to your chamber again.
Mother,
Please, I'm so tired. I have been struck with an illness. I've had attacks over the past year.
You never told me you...
No, I didn't. Now, Amelie, listen. I have trained you in mathematics and philosophy and history, literature and deportment, but this last thing, this is the most important.
No, just relax, don't excite yourself.
Please listen. I am not mad. I have the means to put you in touch with a great treasure. It is a map, Amelie. You must take it from my room before it can be found. You must promise me.
A treasure isn't a thing we need to hurry about.
I have thought with bitter joy that the knowledge of these riches would pass with me. No one believed me. My captors thought me mad. That was my vengeance. But I have forgiven the world for love of you. You must have the treasure.
All right, Mother, all right. Tell me of this treasure. Tell me, and God willing, I will be free of this place one day and find it.
I was employed by the Countess Spada, who was rich in title, but poor in funds. I was rereading the last of the Spada library, which I had finished cataloging after the old Count died. I knocked a collection of bound volumes from their stack, and A piece of paper was knocked loose.
And it was a treasure map.
Even greater, a letter written in great detail in 1498, indicating the location of the hidden Spada family fortune. Oh, gold ingots and diamonds and jewels and gems. The old Count never knew. And I was arrested very soon after my discovery.
Now no other heirs to this fortune but ourselves.
Oh, the Spada family has died out. Their name is gone. What nothing he thought he had, the old Count left to me. I am his heir. And you, Amelie, are mine. You will go to the island of Monte Cristo. You will recover the treasure.
Of course.
Bless you, my child. Now, I am so very tired. You must help me back to my chamber.
Bright and early, my Marie. I greatly look forward to my inspections this year. This year, we shall begin by interviewing my famous mad women.
Of course, madame. Your worship! The Abbess is dead.
Dead? Are you certain?
I had burned her foot with a candle to be sure she was not fainting and checked her breath. Twice. She has died for certain.
So, well, the mad woman has gone to look for her treasure. Good journey to her.
With all her millions, she will not have to pay for her shroud.
Oh, the shrouds at the Chateau d'If are not so expensive. Have her sewn into a sack, the newest sack you can find, and then have the guards throw her to the sea from the cliff. You may say a prayer, if you are so moved, my Marie.
Your benevolence is inspiring, madame.
Just lock the door to the cell after you put her in the bag. The guards can fetch her. I suppose I should make a report.
It will be done.
Oh, God! What will I do now?
I am alone again, for no one but the dead pass freely from this place. No one but the dead. No one leave you freely but the dead. Oh God, I will take your place, Mother. Amelie Dantes has died. Let her be cast into the sea. And God, where is your justice? Will it never come? I will become revenge. I die, and all forgiveness with me.
Come on, move faster! You're so slow! Excuse me, if I coming to hello! Who has the man? You have the man? I know you are. Come on! You're so slow!
They like their drinks with the weekly catch-up dinner.
Hello! Why are you so slow? No, what are you doing? Keep the knife! No,
Oh, Hail King! Whoever he is.
that napping cock.
What is it? Is he Manchester?
Is the name? Is the King Ozymandias? Have to remember that?
Ozymandias! Ozymandias! How many times do I have to tell him? My sorry, sir. It was you?
Your Highness.
Sorry, Your Highness.
His Highness!
My Highness, then! Who makes you schoolmaster? I did! We did! In respect of your filthy lot of bugger all warp right. Now, where's my bloody physician gone off to? Well,
Idiot!
my faithful doctor.
At your service, most honorable king. What can Ali do for the esteemed Ozymandias today?
is all wobbly. Yes, you left.
No!
It's supposed to dance around like that, is they?
No, Highness.
I'll sew them up tight or nail them in place. I can only chew the salt pork no more.
Clarence and Adamim, I'm a doctor, not a surgeon. I cannot simply sew your teeth in place.
God guide me this nation to rule. And I can't do it on an empty belly. If the king starves, the people will wither away.
King Ozymandias is wise. Yet, he must have juice of lime to seal his teeth in place. This is the solution.
God would give me an oily with no lime trees on it. He must be punishing me for my years of disobedience.
But when was your disobedient to us? We were not smugglers until you brought us here.
When I first laid eyes on this island of Tepelini, God told me right in my brain that a man could be king here and that it should be me. But I didn't trust it now, did I? No. I stayed afloat on that sea year after year with God harassing me and pestering me in the night. And here's me teeth to prove his right punishment.
It is not punishment, Highness. It is merely the fact that
I must atone!
No, you must simply find an alternate solution.
What do you want, course, audience section?
We found a lady all worship on shore.
Oh, lady!
Aye, sir.
Oh, trespassers must be brought to the king.
There must have been a shipwreck.
Ah, trespasser in the kingdom.
Where am I?
You come in short to the kingdom of Tepelini.
What ship were you on? What course?
I was on the Pharaoh.
Your Highness.
The Pharaoh, Your Highness.
You are addressing the King Ozymandias as King of Tepelini.
Forgive me, Your Highness. What day is it?
Today, I don't want to know, are we?
It is February 28th.
Of course. To the day, and then the year.
The year? Well, even the king knows the year. Why don't you?
I must have lost all my wits at sea. Your Highness.
It is the year of our Lord, 1829.
14 years.
Who are you?
When I had a name, I was called Amelie.
And where are you from, then?
Marseille, I was traveling there.
Marseille! Do not say the name again, woman! I despise it!
Oh, you know it then.
God caught me away from that den of thieves in my kingdom here. Ooh, you got the family
I
there?
did have. My father, if he lives after 14 years, but do you know Monsieur Morrell?
Morrell? When I worked in the world for Morrell and Son. His snake of a Captain Danglars ruined me.
Danglars, he cheated me of my life.
Did he now?
Do you know Fernanda, who owns a wine shop at the docks, or Mercced Herrera?
Mercced, I sailed with him when he was but a lad. He up and married that Fernanda and ran off to join the army. He's high up now. They gave him a title and everything. Call him the Count Monsieur. I seem to remember that he knew a young girl named Amelie once upon a time.
Oh, she died. She died miserable, hopeless, and heartbroken in the Chateau d'If.
Did she? Pity that. Because her enemies are my enemies, and the enemies of my enemies is my friend. What was that?
They're signaling from the Chateau d'If. A prisoner has escaped.
Dangerous business, that. Most like the wretch would drown before finding freedom.
May the hand of God protect them, if they are innocent.
Now to you, my lady. How should I punish you for trespassing? Maybe I should marry her. Might be God has given me a gift from the sea.
Or an opportunity for mercy. Here is your atonement, Your Highness, for your teeth.
Oh, fine. Maybe it is.
To
God placed you on your throne, Highness. And God has sent me to you. He has sent me here to speed me on my way. He has given me his justice to bear. I am the hand of God, and I claim that now, and I ask you for a favor.
What favor is that?
God gave you your kingdom of Tepelini. I will find mine in Monte Cristo. I need a ship and 1 or 2 men.
Too much, girl, too much.
Your atonement, sire.
We still have this here. They washed ashore.
Well, God, you see me now? See how I've grown a generous heart? And I see your hand at work. Go right, you big bully. You're on my teeth, but you made me king for a purpose, and I'll do as you say.
You will.
God grant you safe passage, my lady, to your estates. The King of Tepelini salutes the Countess of Monte Cristo. You can take this useless mouse, and that one too, I expect. I'll go promote me some harder-hearted courtiers. Oh.
I'll go get his skip in the water before he changes his mind, my lady.
Are you well, madame? I have some rations to share if you are hungry.
Does it please you to go with me?
King Ozymandias bought me at Istanbul. I go where he says.
And when I return, I shall pay him your price. What is your name?
I am Ali.
Will you go with me?
I am a doctor, madame. Revenge does not suit me.
Then come and be my conscience.
Will that be my only service?
No. You will use sword and sail and anything else that suits me, and when justice is done, you will be free.
If justice were done, I would be.
Take me to my ship, Illy. Now farewell, kindness, humanity, and gratitude. I have been heaven's forgotten daughter, now God of vengeance, yield me to your power to punish the wicked.
And the carriage?
No, my lady. As I warned you yesterday, there are no carriages to be had for the last 3 days of Carnival.
Yes, for the only 3 days that we must have one.
What is the matter? Is there no carriage?
Just so. You've guessed it, Alberta.
Well, your eternal city of Rome is losing its charm by the minute.
That is to say, Mademoiselle Alberta, that there are no carriages to be had from Sunday until Tuesday, but from now until Sunday you may hire 50 if you please.
At least we can still secure a window.
Where?
In the Via di Corso.
Impossible. There was only one left available, and it was hired today by a Russian friend.
Well then, the best thing may be to spend Carnival in Venice. There we may hire a gondola at least.
I came to see Carnival in Rome, and I will see it, even if I must walk the streets with the people.
Oh, an excellent idea. We could disguise ourselves as shepherd's girls and make ourselves very popular.
Will you have the carriage from now until Sunday, then?
Do you think it is a good idea to walk about on foot like laundresses?
I only warn you it will be 6 lira per day.
You're not millionairesses like the woman next door. My good woman, I know for a fact that our agent promised a carriage for 4 lira. We'll go to him when you lose good business from us.
We shall fill your purse enough without you robbing us for a carriage.
I make no promises, but I shall see what can be done. When would you like it?
In an hour.
It shall be by the door.
What can be keeping poor Eugenie? Her ship was to arrive 2 days ago, and it only takes half a day here by coach.
It may have been a storm. Or pirates. Do you think it could have been pirates?
My father says there are no pirates anymore since the king sent out his patrols in force.
But what of Sinbad the sailor? We've heard stories of him since then.
He is only a story. There are no pirates anymore, Valentine.
Well, Berta, I wish there were pirates. Imagine a battle on the seas with guns blasting and swords gleaming in the sun. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
You read too many novels, my friend. Well, there are always adventures in novels. Real life is too much negotiating for carriages.
Adventures are fine for a book, but I would not wish to have one.
What shall we do today, then?
I would like to see the Colosseum.
Crumbling pile of rocks.
A crumbling pile of rocks that hosted gladiators.
That is something, at least. Madame Pastrini, have you hired us a carriage for a carnival after all?
No, milady. In Rome, a thing can or cannot be done. If I say it cannot be done, there's no use asking me again.
Oh, how inconvenient. It is much better in Paris. There, if something cannot be done, you simply pay double and it happens instantly.
In Rome, it is not so. But I have good news for you. Your friend has arrived. She is downstairs and will be up directly.
Usually.
Wonderful news. We are ready to receive her.
We must make it seem as if we've had a fine time without her, so she becomes very jealous.
I'm sure she has longed for us as we have longed for her.
Eugenie, late as always.
What happened? Why were you delayed?
Oh, delayed? No, I have flown here on eagle's wings, and such an adventure it has been.
We have been all over Rome while waiting.
Valentine, no. We have seen almost nothing of the city. We were about to leave on our first tour.
Oh, ladies, you must sit. But 5 days ago, my ship passed by a rock. A barren rock in the middle of the Mediterranean. I asked the sailors what was there, and what do you suppose they said?
I don't.
Pirates! 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 Smugglers! And goats! 1,000 goats up on the hills! I said I wanted to see it, and they argued with me and told me it was not safe for a woman. But I showed them the pistol father gave me and said I wanted to hunt for goats. And they still said no, so I gave them a handful of silver and we landed.
And did you shoot a goat?
No, but never mind that. As soon as we landed, a pack of Turkish pirates captured us. Oh. Then they took me to a palace built into a hill. It was like the Arabian Nights inside with carpets and silks. And her, I do not know her name, but she wore a veil and called herself Sinbad. And she was wealthy, drowning in gold. And she served me dinner and asked me about my father. And yours, Alberta. And even yours, Valentine, though Villefort is merely a prosecutor for the crown.
Father is very important.
She wanted to know all about the families of Danglars, Villefort, and the house of the Count of Morrell.
How does she know us all?
I do not know, for she had her servant bring us. Anyway, she smoked hashish and offered it to me, and of course I knew I shouldn't, but I smoked. The dreams I had! Sinbad, or the lady, explained the whole of the world to me. And now she was a pirate, but also a scholar.
And then what happened?
I don't know. I slept, I suppose. For when I awoke, she was gone. And the palace was gone, down to the bare rock. I looked all over the island for my mysterious friend, but there were only goats. The sailors told me the whole company of pirates left early in the morning. We waited a day for them to come back, but they never did. And then I came here as swiftly as I could.
Astonishing.
Your carriage has arrived, my ladies.
Oh, well then, you may tell us more in the carriage, Eugenie.
Oh, of course, for this mysterious lady was like a ghost and a queen all at once.
And where are these three young ladies gone for the day, madam?
Well, they left a couple of hours ago to shop the markets for costumes. They've seen the Colosseum and all of the churches, so they say, and are intent on seeing Carnival tonight.
Oh, and they shall be costumed as...
shepherdesses, milady.
A dangerous game in times such as these. Which of them is the foremost of the group?
Foremost?
Surely among three young women, one of them takes the lead. Which is it? Morcerf Villefort, that charming Danglars girl, Eugenie.
It is Alberta, by Countess of Morcerf. She is the wisest head amongst them.
I knew her parents.
And you've been here for days. I could have introduced you.
Your pardon. I would not presume to be introduced by you to anyone.
Oh, milady is too kind.
Lee, would it not be tragic if this young Alberta de Morcerf met with misfortune while she was so far from home?
Ah, truly, it would be tragic indeed. But surely no harm would come to an innocent girl.
Innocent?
What has she done? God reserves no vengeance for her.
The sins of the father.
Do not pass the child.
Ali, you will not interrupt me again. I return from the dead as an avenging angel. I will destroy my enemies. I will take their children from them, and I will leave them with nothing. Do you understand?
Of course, my lady.
I have heard a rumor of a band of brigands near Rome. They may kidnap these girls for ransom.
Nothing worse.
Nothing worse.
Noble bandits, then.
Yes. The leader calls himself Luigi Vampa. He is very handsome.
Is he?
So I've heard.
And does this Luigi Vampa have a plan for kidnapping an innocent girl?
3 girls.
Only one.
A more surf girl, yes. He will lure her away from her friends by employing a charming young villain to flirt with.
Ah, even Peppino is charming after twilight.
Precisely.
And where would this charming Peppino and wicked Luigi Vampa take this young Alberta de Morrell?
There is a cemetery just outside the city to the east. It is a morbid place, strange, terrifying.
Oh, it is a good plan.
Yes, it is. But it will come to nothing in the end.
Truly.
Oh, she will be rescued by a new friend.
A good friend to brave these bandits. And who is her friend?
Why, she is a countess. The Countess of Monte Cristo.
Shadows of your own free will, smiling with a charming young man at carnival. I doubt very much that anyone is looking for you.
How dare you! I shall see you executed. Why, if you lay one hand on me, I will...
You were singing a much prettier song about my hands not too long ago, lady.
How dare you!
None of that from you, Pierre. Lady Alberta Morrell is our guest, and will be treated as a guest of Luigi Vampa. That is to say, lady, that no one will lay a hand on your person during your stay with us. But if you do not behave like a good, quiet girl, then I will use a very small blade to remove your tongue.
God help me! Oh.
Now, Pierre, guide our guest over to the wall and set her down. Have we any cushions for my lady?
I could fold up a horse blanket.
Do so.
A horse blanket? Quiet! Touch me! Don't touch me!
No! You stop! No, you sit! No, you sit! No!
Pierre, when you're finished with the Lady Alberta's accommodations, take a man and stand guard at the entrance.
My father would surely do anything for my safe return.
Well, I'm sure he would.
Who goes there? Halt! Turn back, friend. Wait. Stop. It's a very devil! God save us!
What in God's name?
Gentlemen, I have come to fetch the Lady Alberta Morrell home. I will not kill you if you do not stand in my way.
Ah, so very brave. She would carry a mighty price for her father who came to fetch her. With what shall you ransom?
With my goodwill.
Goodwill. That's a terrible exchange rate. I think I'll keep it until I find a better offer.
Well, my better offer is that you keep your life.
Having considered my options, I must respectfully inform you that I reject your offer.
How about you then?
The battle is won, madame. I have your sword.
Oui, mon ami. But I have a pistol.
Why have you done all this for the child? I will not beg for my life, but I must know what she is to you.
Don't you recognize me, Luigi Vampa?
Pardon, Your Excellency, but I was so far from expecting the honor of a visit that I did not recognize you.
I saved your life all those years ago, and this is how you repay me.
What is it the poor Vampa could have done to offend you, Excellency?
You are this evening carried off and conveyed hither by Countess Alberta de Morcerf. Well, this young lady lodges in the same hotel as myself. She is my fellow countryman. This young lady is my friend. And yet you have placed a ransom on her as if she were an utter stranger.
No, you must forgive me, Excellency. Forgive me.
You untie the girl. Cretin! Now will be the time to exit swiftly, Lady Alberta. That way. I will join you as soon as I have received a thorough and sincere apology from this brigand.
But may I first know the name of my savior? Oh, madam, you claim my friendship, and I neither can nor will deny it either now or in the future. But by what name may I address you?
I am the Countess of Monte Cristo. Now go. You've been very brave. I need you to be brave but a moment longer. I will join you directly.
Oh, oui, merci, Madame Countess.
Well, I believe that probably had the desired effect.
One would hope. Have I hurt you?
Not in the slightest. Well, perhaps a little, but nothing I would not suffer again, gladly.
How long will you wait before leading our pretend bandit clan back out into the night?
No time at all. I found another exit over there, in the tunnel.
Go carefully.
You as well, Amelie. I will meet you again at the hotel after I've pensioned off our smuggler friends. Come on, you lot, with me!
Go!
Countess! No, Countess! There was a patrol of the Carabinieri, and they're taking away that horrible man who lured me here for Vampa. His name isn't even really Pierre. That's Peppino. They're taking him away now. Was that not brave of me, Countess?
Very. Let's go then.
Morning to see me, and I have nothing to wear.
You have 5 dresses. Where are any that you choose?
I have not been to Paris in almost a year. All of my dresses are past season. She's going to take me for some poor provincial girl of no fashion at all.
The Countess has rescued you from the infamous Luigi Vampa. I'm sure she doesn't expect you to dress for a ball. Simply receive her and all is well.
The Countess Monte Cristo would like to see you ladies if you are unoccupied.
Show her in! Show her in! Oh, dear. Madame, you honor us.
Alberta de Morcerf, Valentine Villefort, and usually Danglars.
Madame, you have my deepest gratitude and that of my parents. Why, I am sure that when they hear of last night's fiasco...
Adventure.
Adventure?
I was merely doing what anyone would do.
Oh, but you must come to Paris. We must introduce my heroine to my father and mother.
Paris? I've not been to Paris in years.
You could stay with us.
And you must meet my friend Louise. She must know you.
Ali, when do we travel to France?
Your business in Rome will be concluded by March, my lady.
April then.
Name the day.
I shall lunch with you April 5th, at noon.
shall await you.
But are you ladies free to join me today? I have a window at the Piazza di Popolo. Don't I, Ellie?
I have arranged it.
I believe there is to be an execution if we arrive early enough. Quite the spectacle.
Yes, of course, we'd be delighted to join you.
I should love to see a carnival from the window, but an execution.
I have not seen an execution in Paris. I will not see one in Rome.
Your father is prosecuted to the king. You've not gone to see his handiwork?
I have not. I have often longed to go, but my father would not allow it. Father abhors the guillotine.
Would not wish to appease your kindness.
Oh, on the contrary, you give me great pleasure. You will return it to me in Paris. We announced that today will be executed Andrea Rondolo, guilty of murdering a priest.
Oh.
And Peppino, convicted of complicity with a detestable bandit, Luigi Vampa. The first will be Maslato, the second, Decapitato.
Peppino, the man who kidnapped me.
Meant to his mayor, something like a pardon for Peppino. You were thus deprived of seeing a man guillotined. But the Maslato still remains. European punishments are in the infancy, or rather old age of cruelty.
Really, Countess, one would think you'd studied all the different tortures of all the nations of the world.
There are at least a few I have not seen.
And you took pleasure in these various spectacles.
My first sentiment was horror. The second, indifference, and the third, curiosity.
Curiosity? What a terrible word.
Why? I assure you of one thing, the more men you see die, the easier it is to die yourself. And in my opinion, death may be a torture, but it is not atonement.
Now I am curious, for I do not understand you.
Listen, if a man had destroyed your father, your mother, your betrothed, and left a wound that never closes in your heart, do you believe society grants you atonement when it allows him to escape with but a few moments of physical pain?
Yes, I know that human justices are insufficient. They can give blood in return for blood. That is all.
We must leave, my lady. Else your luncheon shall grow cold.
I shall prefer it be served cold, but will you ladies join me?
Yes.
Of course.
And you, Valentine Villefort?
I will not abandon my friends.
Noble sentiment. Let us go then. Now society, when faced with the murder of a man, avenges that death with death. But are there not 1,000 other crimes which can be committed against the same man, without society offering him any such equal retribution?
Yes, and in those cases, dueling is allowed.
Yes, dueling. If someone had dishonored you, destroyed your life, planted madness in your brain and despair in your heart, you may challenge them to a duel to try and regain a piece of your former self. But if they are victorious in the duel, they are absolved of the crime in the eyes of the world. No. I would not avenge myself by dueling.
Approve of dueling?
I would fight in a duel for a trifle or an insult. But in return for profound, eternal torture, no. I would give my consent. Misery from the top.
I was taught that she who pours out vengeance runs the risk of tasting a bitter draught.
Oh yes, if she's poor and inexperienced, but not if she's rich and skillful. And besides, the worst that could happen to her would be a quick guillotine. And what would that matter as long as she's avenged?
I think I've changed my mind. I will not stay for the execution.
Recollect the ancient Romans. Think of the 80,000 cheering spectators, the state matrons who brought their daughters, and the charming vestal who made the sign that said, "Come, dispatch the dying."
Oh, here they are.
One of these will die. The other has many years to live.
The pardon will come too late.
Look, a messenger.
Pardon for Peppino.
Peppino! What for him and not for me? We ought to die together. I was promised he should die with me. You have no right to put me to death alone. I will not die alone. I will not.
Pathetic. Well, here's a woman resigned to her fate. She was going to the scaffold to die, and you know what consoled her? That another was to die before her. Now lead 2 sheep to a butcher, make it first understand its companion will not die, and that sheep will bleed for joy. But man whom God made in his own image, what is his first cry when he realizes his fellow man is saved? A blasphemy. Honor to man, this miracle of nature, this king of creation.
I cannot watch. But look at all the women no older than us with infants on their shoulders. If a 4-year-old is eager to watch, you surely must be able. I cannot.
Do you pity her? No. Look.
sure to show the Countess of Monte Cristo into the drawing room as soon as she arrives. You may serve drinks in here as soon as the rest of the party joins us. Lady Villefort, pleasure. Did Monsieur Villefort arrive in the same carriage?
He did indeed. Was shown into your father's study just at the point of our arrival. Some matter of business he wished to discuss. I think he wanted to gossip about your Countess.
Oh, that is, I wouldn't know.
Oh, my dear child, never mind. Where's your maman this evening?
She asked that you visit her in her dressing room before she came down. I believe she wished to get your opinion on a set of jewels that father had set for her hair.
I believe she wished to discuss the same business as my husband. La, what creatures we are. I go to her immediately. Do you come with me?
No, madame. I would not wish for the Countess of Monte Cristo to arrive to no welcome.
The Countess of Monte Cristo.
My young friend, you look well. I must compliment you on your home, though I believe it is after the taste of your mother, the Countess Morrell, for perhaps it is the taste for higher decorators.
The Countess is too kind.
But when will we be joined by your father and his friends?
On the moment, I'm sure. Monsieurs Danglars and Villefort are with Papa in his study, and Lady Villefort and Mamma are in conference in her dressing room.
An extraordinary gathering of worthies.
Madame?
We'll have the horses then. Madame Villefort is very anxious for them.
They belong to Eugenie. How can I break her heart?
8,000 then.
Sold. But I warn you, those beasts are ill-tempered.
Papa, may I have the honor of introducing you to the Countess of Monte Cristo?
Ah, at last. The heroine who delivered my child from the hands of evil men. Lord Mercced Herrera, Count Morrell, your most humble servant. Countess, please forgive me, but you seem to remind me of some other acquaintance. I cannot quite place the likeness.
It is from the descriptions given to you by Alberta. I assure you, the Countess of Monte Cristo and Count Morrell have never met.
My sincerest apologies. Allow me to introduce my very good friends, Monsieurs Danglars and Villefort.
It is now my exquisite pleasure to address Madame de Monte Cristo.
It is now my pleasure to make the acquaintance of Baron Danglars, Chevalier of the Legion of Honor and member of the Chamber of Deputies.
You will excuse me for not using your title when I first addressed you, but you are aware we are living under a popular form of government, and that I myself am a representative of the liberties of the people.
Yes, so much so that while you style yourself a baron, you are unwilling to call anyone else countess.
Upon my word, madame, I attach no sort of value to such empty distinctions. But the fact is I was made baron, and also Chevalier of the Legion of Honor, in return for services...
That will do, Georges. This, Countess, is Monsieur Gerard Villefort.
A very great pleasure, madame.
You must, of course, remember me to your daughter, Monsieur. I had the pleasure of meeting Mademoiselle Valentine Villefort in Rome.
Madame flatters me that she takes such an interest in my child.
I take a great interest in all your family, Citizen Villefort. By which, of course, I mean I take a great interest in all the family and friends of my friend, Alberta de Morrell.
And we thank you for your interest. You've done us a very great honor simply by visiting us in our home and allowing me the privilege of thanking you in person and to the extent of my abilities.
But when shall I be made acquainted with the Countess Morrell?
I believe my Fernanda and Lady Villefort will be joining us very shortly. I hope she shall forgive me my impetuousness upon being introduced to you before her. I have long desired to meet you.
Oh, here's Mother.
At last.
Mama, are you ill?
No, forgive me. It's just that I feel some emotion on seeing for the first time the woman without whose intervention we would have been in tears and desolation.
It is fortunate for my child, Countess, that she found such a friend as you.
Was the party gathered long before the Countess Morrell and I joined you?
Not at all, madam. In fact, I was just on the point of apologizing to the Countess for our tardiness in welcoming her.
Well, my friend Danglars was entertaining us with an amusing anecdote of business.
Nothing that would be pleasing to ladies, I'm sure.
On the contrary, Baron, I have a great interest in business and in amusement.
But it was nothing about which you would be familiar. He was relating a tale of an old employer, Monsieur Morrell.
A fool of the greatest magnitude. The wretched old man is on the point of losing his business due entirely to mismanagement, and the manner of imbecility which low person such as Morrell can fall into.
You say this old Morrell is an imbecile who has so mismanaged his own affairs that he is now ruined.
Well, I have no direct knowledge of the exact circumstances, but I'm sure it is his own doing. The old devil. Most amusing. Most amusing, I assure you.
Monsieur Danglars, on the subject of business, I have heard of your reputation through friends in Rome and would be grateful for the opportunity to speak with you, provided, of course, you have the opportunity to have an appointment in the near future.
It would be my pleasure to speak with you at whatever time you chose. Please send your card to my home.
That will do for now, I'm sure. No, as our honored guest and the very great friend of my only child, you may, of course, speak on any matter you like.
Oh, we would, of course, prefer that you say again the story of the rescue of Mademoiselle Alberta.
Oh, Monsieur Villefort.
I feel we are very close to embarrassing my young friend, but if you wish to hear the tale again from me, I will do my best to be faithful, though I must apologize in advance. I am a very poor storyteller.
Madame de Monte Cristo, I'm sure we would be very grateful to hear anything you have to say.
Oh, Lady Fernanda, I very much doubt that.
Dinner is served. Excellent. Madame de Monte Cristo.
Must I remind you that she is rich, rich beyond everyone else in Paris. You must curry to her favor, Mercced, if we wish to gain by her.
I had business with Danglars. You can't expect me to devote my time to idle chatter with his Countess of Monte Cristo, wherever that may be. No doubt it is some created title by some petty
A created title, much like the Count de Monsieur.
You will not speak to me that way. She's a woman. Befriend her.
I saw her looking at you. She's intrigued by you. Use that to your advantage.
Shall I use my advantage to lure her into my bedchamber?
If we profit by it.
I profited enough by your schemes, Fernanda. No more.
What have you profited? You resist me. You oppose me at every turn.
Katerina! Did I resist you then?
Don't you dare throw Yanina in my face, beloved husband. I told you to kill Ali Pasha to spare your own life. I told you to slaughter his children, and what did you do? You sold them as slaves.
I betrayed a man who was good to me. To us. Killed my honor that day.
Then why should it bother you now?
Sold his son to barbarians. God knows what they did with him.
But you sold him cheap.
For a title. For all this. For gold. Gold and more bloody gold.
A little title for a little man. And what of our debts? You could have made yourself wealthy. Instead, we must dip our heads to half the merchants in Paris.
Dip your head to no one.
Think of our future. Think of Alberta. Lure this Countess to you. She is wealthy, cold, and we may profit by her.
Does she seem familiar to you?
Alberta has described her many times.
Yet her eyes. I dreamed of those eyes.
Have you? I admit there was something about her, something ancient, something evil stirred in me when I looked at her.
Truly.
I know her type. Her haughtiness, her self-worship. Oh, how she looks down on us little lords and ladies. Find out her secrets. Use her, and we will rise.
Must I?
Oh, beloved husband, you must. Come to bed, darling. We shall dream of triumph.
Of course, Father will never hear of it. He only talks of stocks and assets, and now of the Countess. I believe he dreams of her becoming Madame Danglars.
My dear friend, you mustn't worry so. Andrea Cavalcanti is a kind man. Talk to him. He'll understand your misgivings.
Why should I have to appeal to a man I detest for my own freedom?
Is there another that you love?
I dislike the whole wretched idea of marriage. I should much rather live free and independent, as Louise does.
Ah, Louise Darmley, your music teacher.
She is my music teacher, and she is wonderful. She has no need of a marriage to make her happy.
Perhaps my father may choose to speak to Monsieur Danglars on your behalf.
Oh, thank you. Now, I must leave you, or father will rail again about libertines.
Goodbye, then.
Good evening, Valentine.
Good evening, Captain Morrell. Maximillian, I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
I recognize Mademoiselle Danglars. Are you intimate with her?
Well, we are friends, I suppose, but I do not think she tells me all of her secrets. We were having a confidential conversation. She was owning her repugnance at marrying Cavalcanti, and I was confessing how wretched I feel of my engagement to Franz Tepelini. And speaking of the man whom I could not love, my thoughts involuntarily went to him on whom my affections are fixed.
No, Valentine. You possess a quality Mademoiselle Danglars may never have. Your charm is like perfume to the flower, flavor to the fruit.
It is only love that makes you say so. You need not insult my friend to compliment me. She wants to be an artist like her friend Louise.
Let's not lose time talking of this, Louise. You are the subject in which I wish to speak.
Yes, we have scarcely 5 minutes more.
I do not care so long as they are with you.
My mother summoned me to her rooms yesterday.
Yes. Is that strange?
It seems she's opposed to my marriage.
I could kiss her.
You don't understand. She wants me to enter a convent.
But why? Have you offended her?
I had thought of taking orders a year ago when she meant to settle all our fortune on little Edouard. She dotes on him, you know. Now she wants me to sign it all away and never marry.
Then let her have the money. What should I care for either riches or poverty if my Valentine was near me and I felt certain that no one could deprive me of her?
Well, the law won't let me. I must take orders or my inheritance. She wants it all for Edouard.
How strange that she should be so avaricious.
We regard as vice becomes almost a virtue when looked at in the light of maternal love.
Valentine, will you permit me to make a confidant of a friend and reveal to her the love that I bear you?
Friend?
Listen, Valentine, the Countess seems an old, familiar friend, though in reality I've known her scarcely more than a week.
Really, Maximillian, I'd hoped you set a higher value on the title of friend.
I feel since we're ordained, this woman should be associated with all the good which the future might have in store for me.
The Countess. She hardly looks at me. Oh, she's not so generous, nor does she possess that supernatural penetration which you attribute to her. If she had, she would perceive that I was unhappy. And if she had been generous, seeing me sad and solitary, she would have used her influence to my advantage. Oh, they're calling for me. Do you hear?
Then let me kiss you.
I promise nothing till we can be more than secret friends.
Your hand.
Strange things in my life, but I do not believe that a grown man alone, however charming, may stop here in front of my horses.
My lady, it is not uncommon in my land. As boys, we are taught to fight with lions, to drag down frightened sheep when they flee. Horses are no different.
Fight with lions? Weren't you raised in a palace?
My father did demand that I have a common education, in addition to mathematics, philosophy, and medicine.
Pasha was a great man.
And, as all great men, he was betrayed by his friend. My father's greatness did not save me from the slave market.
No, I did. Now, have you prepared a surprise for Madame Villefort? I expect her soon.
I did as you commanded. Though vipers are difficult to come by in Paris.
Did you hear that? They're on their way. Go.
Allah protect them.
Ali protect them.
My son! He dies! He dies!
I understand the nature of your alarms, madam, but you must compose yourself. Your little one is not injured. He's only in shock of what? An accident?
Edward, speak to me. Oh, send for a physician.
I'll leave
I
that
will
for medicine,
pay
please.
anything. Oh.
It's all
Oh, praise God. Countess, you saved him.
I'm only pleased to relieve you of your suffering. But what happened?
It was my foolishness. I had heard of Mademoiselle Danglars' fine horses, and I forced my husband to buy them, but, oh, they were wild. They went mad in the street. Your man arrived in time to save us. I must repay you.
You owe me nothing. Ali has saved you, but do not spoil him with too great a praise or reward. He lives to serve me.
Edward. Thank you, madam.
No, he is ugly.
Edward.
Lily, fetch my carriage. You must take Madame Villefort and her charming son home. They will need rest after this adventure.
Yes, my lady.
I must apologize for Edouard. He is not himself.
No. Some of these potions are not only dangerous to touch, but even to inhale.
You will have my husband thanks as well. Oh, you must visit us.
Of course.
The carriage will be here in a moment.
Thank you.
You are everything that rumor claims, Countess.
Not every rumor, I hope.
Oh, your medicine. I would I had such skill, for Edouard is often ill.
I shall prepare another vial of this medicine for you, madam. My gift to you.
Au revoir, then.
Well done, Lily. It seems I owe you a great deal of gratitude.
Ah, didn't you hear? I'm too ugly for gratitude.
I shall close my eyes to thank you.
Ah, you do not wish to spoil me. For I've heard that I live only to serve.
Truly. Well then, collect your vipers. I wish to gather their venom. I shall take dinner in my laboratory.
Of course.
Countess, what a great pleasure.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak with you, Baron. Is your daughter, Mademoiselle Eugenie, at home?
She is, though she is at her lessons at the moment. How may I be of service to you?
Monsieur Danglars, I've heard of your reputation through Thompson and French, the Roman bankers. They send you this official letter of introduction and the commission.
Extraordinary. They have given you unlimited credit with me. How droll.
You find this amusing, sir?
In order for unlimited credit calls for caution on the part of the banker to whom that order was given.
I'm ready to give you any explanation you desire.
Well, what I do not understand is the term unlimited.
It is a term not known in France. The letter writers were Anglo-Germans.
No. I know the word. I was merely...
Is it possible that Thompson and French are unsafe bankers? Pray tell me, Baron, are they solvent?
Thompson and French are perfectly solvent, madame. It's the word unlimited in financial affairs is so very vague.
Oh, yes, plainly enough, Messieurs Thompson and French place no bounds on their engagements, while those of the Baron Danglars have their limits.
The extent of my resources has never been questioned.
My precise reason for needing unlimited credit was because I did not know how much money I might need.
The resources of the House of Danglars will be equal to meeting your demands, I'm sure. Why, if you were even to desire $1 million...
I beg your pardon.
I said 1 million.
I know I heard you perfectly well, but what I could do with but 1 million.
What?
$1 million. Sir, you are speaking of a sum I am in the habit of carrying in my dressing case. Are you quite well, Baron? You look to be on the point of apoplexy. Simply say the word. I will spare you all your uneasiness by presenting my letter of credit to another firm.
No! Madame, I am at your orders. I assure you I never entertained a moment of doubt or suspicion about you or your credit.
Suppose we start with 6 million.
6 million!
Afterwards, of course, if I should require more, I can draw upon you. And we may begin the first of my withdrawals with 900,000, which I shall require immediately.
I shall have the money at your house by 10 o'clock tomorrow.
How lovely it is doing business with you, Monsieur. I believe you said your daughter Eugenie was at home?
She is, though she's with visitors at the moment. Shall I call for her?
That would not be so rude.
Nothing of the sort. She's only with her music teacher, Mademoiselle Louise d'Amelie. Please tell Mademoiselle Eugenie that the Countess Monte Cristo wishes an audience.
So good of you.
Nothing at all, my dear Countess.
Dear Monsieur, I have no time for visits of pleasure. My apologies. May I leave my card for your daughter with my apologies?
I will make the apology on your behalf. Shall I hand you into your carriage?
Vous êtes très charmant.
Forgive Papa for not telling us that the Countess Monte Monte Cristo is no longer in the house. Oh.
It's not as though you kept me waiting. Or it was because I stopped to see that my hair was in place. You must forgive me. I did wish to look well for your friend.
No, Louise. You are always lovely.
Thank you, Eugenie.
Never known you to care what others think of you. I would take your place in a moment.
I will always care to make a good impression on your friends and family.
Not that it seems to matter. We've been abandoned. Well, I'm sure it's for the best. And now, of course, we do not have to have conference with my father.
You are sometimes too severe on your father, mon chouchou.
Papa thinks I'm a commodity. He's counting the days until he can sell me.
Oh, Eugenie.
No, ma chère, what is marriage but a business transaction? Would that I were a man.
If you were a man, I would not have been engaged to teach you music or drawing and painting.
Perish the thoughts. No, I shall take life as it comes and enjoy what freedom I have left with you. Shall we return back to the salon? Louise Darmley, I assure you, when you meet her, you will see my Lady Monte Cristo as a friend very well worth having.
I'll hold you to that.
My orders soon. Heaven only knows what far-off place I may be sent to.
You mustn't worry so. You're sure to rise in rank, and then Father must approve of you.
Perhaps I'll return to Paris only to find you married to Franz Tepelini, the mother of his children.
My grandfather would never approve of him. And no matter how imperiously he storms, my father would never cross-breath upon Monte in this. Does your friend, the Countess, have any advice for you?
I haven't spoken with her on the matter yet.
We'll stand here a while. See the gardens just between the houses? There where we met. Look, the roses are in their last bloom.
They are very beautiful.
I should go soon. My father will be expecting me.
Then I will walk with you.
Oh, you can't. I can't be seen with you by the neighbors. There'll be questions.
Please allow me to walk part way, or I can walk on the other side of the street from you. I will stay or go, as you please.
Oh, Countess. Monte Cristo, good day to you.
Auntie, lovely to see you, and Maximillian Morrell.
Your Grace.
But what was drawing your attention so rapid?
Oh, the gardens just over there.
Ah, yes, it is the way of the world.
What is that?
Such wild beauty, the mark of our Creator must forever be imprisoned.
A garden is no prison.
Is it not? We train them, cut them, use them. When we find a little rose blooming where it should not, we dig it up and place it behind a little fence. No one must bloom outside their rank.
You sound horrible.
Well spoken, Your Grace. I find I quite agree with you.
Thought you might.
You must excuse me. My father's expecting me.
Valentine, a moment. I wish to walk with you.
I'd be honored.
And Maximilian, I have a favor to ask of you.
Of course. I have sworn to obey you in anything, Your Grace.
I seem to remember that you are acquainted with Monsieur Vallant, the newspaper editor. I would like to meet him. I have a very interesting tale to tell him. Have you ever heard of Yanina in the Ottoman Empire?
Yanina? You have been there?
A friend of mine lived there for many years. It used to be lovely.
Well, I can introduce you this minute. His office is only a little out of the way from Valentine's house.
Oh, very well. Lead the way, then.
Is it a travel guide you wish to publish?
No, my dear. It is a history.
Want this marriage. Poor Franz has almost no inheritance of his own. Oh, I do pity the boy, the way his father was assassinated. You could say your father owes him for that.
Enough. No one knows who committed that heinous murder. I don't give a damn what rumor says.
Oh, that's a naughty word.
Sorry I used foul language, Edward. Now go play with your soldiers.
I don't want
Do as Papa says, Edward.
Yes, Mama, but I don't like grandfather to let me have his fortune.
He's only a sick old man, Edward. He loves you in his heart.
To your room at once.
If your father will not see reason, I shall be forced to send Valentine to the convent, whether she agrees or not.
My dearest, my father loved my first wife. He adores Valentine. I cannot imagine he would renounce her simply for marrying Tepelini.
Oh, he despises a loyalist with every beat of his Republican heart.
This marriage has taken everything to arrange. It would be most unfortunate if he were to leave his fortune to the state rather than see his granddaughter marry the son of a perceived enemy.
You should call the notary. Your father will not live out the year. Now, perhaps his heart will soften when he makes out his final will, but if he remains immovable on this, you should contact the notary. Well, you could translate those insufferable blinks and grimaces for him. Yes, you should translate for the notary.
But that's... No, I cannot. He's my father. I cannot dishonor him.
Oh, he's done nothing but dishonor you and despise me. Oh, Monsieur Montier must
Grandfather must be what? Has he had another stroke?
No. All is well. He's only being difficult again.
I should go to him. I know I can soothe his temper. And I have news for him.
What news?
It is a secret. But I have news for you as well. The Countess Monte Cristo is below and wishes to call on you.
Monte Cristo will send her up.
I will.
Countess Monte Cristo, what can she want?
Who knows? She's an enigma. But that face, I've seen that face somewhere before in my dreams.
Perhaps she was your lover in a previous life.
That grim, goggling visage. If she were, she was the very death of me. Oh, Countess, how nice to see you again.
What is the matter with you, Monsieur Villefort? Have I arrived just as you were drawing up an indictment for a capital crime?
It is only a loss of money which we have sustained. Nothing worth discussing, I'm sure.
True, the loss of a sum of money with a fortune such as you possess becomes almost immaterial. And to one of your philosophic spirit.
900,000 francs is hardly a sum to be ignored, even for a philosopher. My father is being capricious.
Monsieur Lantier, I understood he was paralyzed with no comprehension.
Paralyzed, yes, but his comprehension is intact. He is perfectly capable of inflicting mortal injury.
Yeah, my dear, perhaps you exaggerate the evil.
Was there no way to convince him to revoke his decision?
Well, oh, my husband has the power to change the will in our favor, no matter what his father says. Perhaps Valentine is in league with him. She's long been opposed to her impending marriage.
To Franz Tepelini? I met him quite recently. I found him charming.
My grandfather was a Bonapartist. Tepelini's father, a royalist.
Ah, politics. But even if your father disinherits Valentine because you wish to marry her into a family which he dislikes, we cannot have the same cause of complaint against dear Edouard.
Isn't it unjust? Shamefully unjust. Edouard is as much his grandchild as Valentine.
Monsieur Tepelini, to the interest on the amount has been pledged, will receive it all, even if I have to suffer the greatest and most cruel of privations. Forgive me. I will not bore you with family intrigue. It only serves to poison polite conversation. Ladies, pardon me. I shall retire to my study.
Perhaps I should explain this unlucky situation to Monsieur Tepelini and allow him to have himself renounce his claim to Valentine.
That would be a great pity.
Oh, a great pity?
Oh, the world would be pleased with your husband's resolution. Your friends would be proud of you, and Monsieur Tepelini would be delighted to marry into a family who would sacrifice so much to fulfill a duty.
If only that grandfather had died a year ago, then all the money would have settled on my husband. But he settled on Valentine because she's been his nursemaid in his infirmity. Edward, manners. Edward, shame. Edward, apologize at once.
Father said so.
What a lovely child.
Apologize at once.
Father says she's kept alive like Egyptians, full of chemicals, with a datis rex ponticus.
Go to your room immediately. If I see you again tonight, I shall have you whipped.
You really are very severe with that dear, clever child.
Oh, sometimes severity is quite necessary.
Mrs. Cornelius Nepos said Master Edouard was reciting when he referred to King Mithridates. Your son is really quite advanced for his years.
Oh, he has great aptitude. He learns anything that is set before him.
Oh, Valentine, my dear, come and greet me. Yeah, we are still friends now, are we not?
Of course, madame.
Has Valentine given offense, Countess?
Of course not. But she rushed away from me so quickly downstairs I thought I had offended her.
No, I had to see my grandfather.
Secrets. The girl tells old Monsieur Monte secrets as if he could understand them. Has your grandfather had supper? Well, have the cook prepare something and take it out.
Yes, madame. Valentine, a moment. I almost forgot. Give my regards to Captain Morrell when next you see him. I find him quite charming.
Yes.
Oh. Captain Morrell? Who is that?
A new friend.
Oh. She may have as many new friends as she likes once we have her finally settled with Tepelini.
Oh, scandal. When did Monsieur Notier settle his will?
To tell you the truth, he hasn't settled it yet. He is still working out some of the details with the notary. But my husband is repulsed by the idea of dishonesty with his father.
Well, the old man may not live to complete the changes. That is the sad reality of our times. Death comes quite unexpectedly.
No. Monsieur Notier will outlive us all.
I admire your strength, Heloise. May I call you Heloise?
Of course.
Your timid husband, your reckless children. Yet you hold them all together. Why, if only you were a man, how admired you would be.
Well, it's only what a wife should do.
And yet you are a woman of action. You make your family successful by your will. I can see that.
You flatter me.
Is it flattery to speak the truth?
Well, I am sometimes tired, it's true, but Monsieur Villefort has so many important occupations. I must do what I can.
And he is not an ambitious man?
Well, not enough to suit his talents. And he worries so about his father.
Oh, in that regard, you may be able to help him.
He will not listen to me.
He needn't hear anything.
Your meaning?
You recall how I was able to revive Master Edward after your unfortunate accident?
Oh, yes. And I confess I admire your skill with the medical arts.
I would teach you.
I could never learn such things.
I would enjoy the time with you. You may learn what you will.
Oh, but all of your medicine will not cure Monsieur Notier or his temper.
Oh, well, I know of many potions. Some for ease, for health, for pleasure.
Oh, but so all of this will
for
not...
removing burdens.
Oh. That would be dangerous.
In the wrong hands.
Ah.
Call on me tomorrow.
Let me see you out.
Valentine, focus. She's trying to discover how to dance around Maximilian's enormous cavalry saber.
Eugenie, don't tease her. She's restless for the ball. Oh, strange. I'd almost forgotten the ball for a moment.
Now who's teasing? I have not had so restless a 12-month myself in all my life. Though I welcome it, till I'm sold off to that toad.
Eugenie.
Oh, all right. He's not a toad.
He isn't the man to whom you tie yourself or you free to choose yourself.
I would not choose any man for marriage. I would not choose any marriage at all.
As you have said. Now, go on, Valentine. Tell us why you have forgotten the upcoming highlight of the Paris season.
It's only a ball, Alberta.
It's only the ball, Eugenie.
My interest in balls is only slightly less than my interest in marriage.
It's my grandfather. Is he not still improving? Madame Villefort has. She's decided to...
Breathe easy, sweetheart. Madame Villefort has decided to...
Madame Villefort, it is to say Mamma, has decided that it should be part of her duty as the wife of grandfather's only son to care for him herself. I can only be with him a few moments at a time, and usually only while she is there as well.
At least you have that.
But he's so very sick anymore. I feel as though he ages a year in a day, and between one visit and the next, he's more infirm. More insensate, I suppose.
I'm sure it is all nothing. Now come, you must come sit next to me, and I will tease you about Maximillian and make you blush and smile, despite your sorrow.
Mademoiselle, I've had news from the Count of Morrell.
Leave it on the sideboard. How funny. I was walking with a friend, and...
With a friend, Valentine. Perhaps a gentleman.
Ooh, scandal. Oh, look, she's blushing again.
Well, then you must be a lady and pretend not to notice. Now, go on, Valentine. What was so funny about walking with Maxim? With a friend?
Well, it wasn't it. We happened across the Countess Monte Cristo.
Well, I still don't see what's so funny. Apple?
No, thank you.
No, it was the newspaper that reminded me. The Countess is everywhere. She's so bold.
It's not so bold to walk in the park. Even you've been known to do it.
No, that wasn't the bold part. What I mean to say is I'm in awe of all the varied interests the Countess holds. When she saw Maximillian, she asked after a newspaperman of all things. She wished to speak with him on some matter. A history of Janina, I think she said. Imagine having business with a newspaper editor.
You say the Countess of Monte Cristo had urgent business with a newspaper editor concerning Janina?
Are you quite well?
Yes, of course, you must excuse me. I have to go. You must forgive me.
What on earth was that about?
It's done. The fools have enough rope to hang themselves, though it is likely they will hang each other.
Which fool first?
All of them if possible, no waiting. But today I can say the seed has been sown. The Baron Danglars will soon no longer be in possession of either his fortune, nor his reputation, and also... What are you reading? Ah, Discourses on Livy. Machiavelli was a greatly misunderstood man.
I find him amusing.
Well, I have something which you may find more amusing. Not above the fold, but assuredly on the front page.
It has been brought to the attention of this publication that Monsieur de M is guilty of the infamous crimes of theft and breach of contract. He is accused of acts of betrayal and commission of slavery, acting in a manner which contravened the First Republic Convention of 1794. Specifically, and most heinously, he is accused of cowardly actions in wartime service, which allowed to the capture and death of His Excellency Ali Pasha of Tepelini. My father. This is Monsieur.
He will be ruined for certain. He will be arrested and tried, and the Count Morrell will again be merely Mercced Herrera, and Mercced Herrera will know what it is to be helpless and in a cage.
I did not think that this is the way in which my family would be avenged.
I did not think you cared for vengeance.
Say justice, then.
Here is justice.
Amelie.
I only regret, Alberta, I must admit that when I sent this information to the newspaper, I did not give much thought to young Alberta at all.
And your other business?
Which is that?
Danglars.
Yes. And the Baron Danglars will soon find himself in a change of circumstance. He has sold all his Spanish stock because he believes a revolution is about to break out. So lucky of him to have overheard first, remember?
You will save a fortune indeed.
Well, he would certainly if the rumors had been true, but I believe tomorrow he'll wake to find in the newspaper it has all been an enormous and rather unfortunate misunderstanding.
Danglars will find his financial circumstances quite dire.
And I will come to him to deliver the final blow. The Countess of Monte Cristo will be in need of a very large sum of money very soon and will naturally procure the sum from a Parisian banker, the Baron Danglars.
Who won't have the funds?
Oh, he'll have the funds for me. But after that, he won't have the funds for anyone else. And I just happen to know the good Baron has been borrowing liberally from accounts in his care, money he will in no way be able to repay.
And how soon will this come about?
Sooner than you think. I have
Madam, I beg your forgiveness. There is a young lady. Where is the Countess of Monte Cristo? Madam, stop.
I can see that you may go. Alberta, lovely to see you.
Do not pretend to be civil with me. You have pretended friendship, and I will not brook any more deception. You have defamed my family and my name, and since my father has no sons, it falls to me to right this terrible wrong.
Whatever can you mean?
I demand satisfaction. Choose your weapon, madam. I will meet you with swords or pistols in any time or place of your choosing, and I will not be denied.
No, you will most likely be killed.
So be it. These lies cannot stand. They will not.
Well, I appreciate your desire to be avenged.
I will believe nothing you say.
Then believe me. I assure you, your father did all these things at Yanina. I wear the slaver's brand and was sold by Mercced Herrera. It is I, Ahmed Muhtar Ali Alay Pasha, son of the line of Tepelini, who assures you that all these things are true. And now, my father's ghost will rest.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
You could not know. I am sorry that your father's crimes may in any way injure you. And I forgive you for any hatred you may hold for me for telling you.
And I forgive you for threatening to kill me. Come with me to my study. I shall give you a cordial and perhaps find a way to extract you from your circumstance.
Travel to the country. I will have my agent sell our property here and we will simply leave.
And what of me? Will you rip me from my place in Paris so that I may be a sop to your precious reputation?
I'm ruined. There's nothing for you here.
I will say that you lied to me. I will tell the world how you betrayed me as well as Ali Tepelini.
You wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't I? Here I have a home. I have friends and influence. If I allow you to let me take me away to some little cottage, all I will have is a man I despise.
Despise?
You are a coward. Stand up to these accusations. Say that the newspaper is full of lies and rumor and jealousy. Threaten legal action. Anything but running away with your tail between your legs.
Shall I sue them for printing the truth?
Others have, and they won.
I will not. I will go and you will come with me.
I will leave you. I hate you. I hope they guillotine you, and I stand there weeping with joy.
Don't leave me! God! What have I done? Albert, my darling, you must pack. We must leave the city tonight.
I will not go.
These lies in the newspaper. We shall travel to the countryside. I dislike scandal.
I will not go.
Didn't you hear me? We must leave.
The story of your Nina is true, Papa. I have heard it from the lips of Ali Pasha's son.
His son?
His son that you sold into slavery.
But
He's a free man, and he told me the story of your betrayal. I've come to say goodbye. I'm leaving this house and going to stay with my friend, the Countess of Monte Cristo.
The Countess? You hardly know
She
her.
saved my life. She saved me from the disgrace of your secret sins.
Albert!
Goodbye.
No! You! I was coming for you. You've ruined me. I will ruin you. I will kill you now if you weren't a woman.
My friend Mercced, you mistake. I am not a woman. I am the hand of God, and I have come for justice.
Hand of God?
Yes. I cannot allow you to leave the city tonight. You must face your accuser. You must face what you have done.
I will pay. Anything. I will do anything. Not that. I will not face that. One of us must die here first.
You always were a coward.
That word again. You hardly know.
There again you are wrong. I know you all too well. Are you not the soldier, Mercced, who deserted on the eve of Waterloo? Are you not Lieutenant Mercced, who served as a guide and spy to the French army in Spain? And are you not Captain Mercced, who murdered and betrayed his benefactor Ali, and had all these come to form Lieutenant General Count Morcerf, Peer of France?
Whore! I am more honorable in my shame than you are in your pompous coverings. I am aware you know me, but I know you only as an adventurer, sewn up in gold and jewelry. You call yourself in Paris Countess of Monte Cristo. But it is your real name I want. so that I may pronounce it over your corpse!
So do you still not know me?
Who are you?
Is it now, do you not? The years have not been so kind to any of us, and I am not so beautiful to you now as I once was, yet notwithstanding all my sorrow and torture, I show you today a face which the happiness of revenge makes young again. A face which you must have seen often in your dreams since you betrayed me. Your betrothed. Au revoir, Captain Mercced.
Harper. Dantes.
I will be damned if they find me out. I have invested too much into this scheme. I will not have all my money stripped away.
It's your money, man. Have you not considered what if Monsieur left a confession? There were papers on his desk. He could have named you. He could have named me.
Look, have your man clear his office. There must be some judicial pretext.
How can I? It was clear suicide. There was no crime there. Perhaps after this farce of a ball.
You would think the Countess would have canceled this little party in deference to Madame de Morceau's grief.
Somber enough down there. Might as well be awake. Louise insisted on bringing Edouard. My father is sick, and she did not want Edouard to be home alone if he died. I believe I am through with her.
Forgive me, honored sirs, but the Countess will open the ball now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Countess of Monte Cristo.
Welcome. I thank you for coming to me even as Paris is mired in grief and scandal. The misfortune of others makes clear it is a hard world, but we must choose to live. I have risen in freedom. Embrace that for yourselves tonight.
A fine speech, Your Grace.
Thank you.
I want that kind of freedom.
Do you?
Oh, we are bound, are we not? By family, by marriage. It's so very, very exhausting. Some days I think I don't have the strength to go on, but you, you're above us all. You're indebted to no one, beholden to no one, under no one's thumb.
I am indebted to God alone.
Oh, to be sure.
This freedom, as you call it, it comes at a price.
I would pay anything. Valentine is such a burden, even Edouard. Some days I think I would give anything to be alone with Gerard again.
Excuse me, I must attend to my other guests.
A burden.
God, this is insipid.
Bear it for now, my friend. We will be away soon enough.
Tomorrow seems forever away.
It is a matter of hours.
Your Grace.
You should meet Louise. I hear you're quite the talented singer.
Oh, Your Grace is very kind.
Perhaps you will honor us with a song later. I have friends in Rome who will be grateful to hear my review. Well, theater managers are always looking for new talent to showcase.
Your Grace?
We shall speak on it again more later. Please, enjoy yourselves.
Would you truly divorce her?
Pardon?
Madame Villefort, you said you were through with her. Would you truly divorce her?
I have no grounds.
I could give you grounds. It would be my pleasure.
You are vulgar.
I am an opportunist. It was only a question.
I'll think on it.
When must you go?
I have another week in Paris before I must leave. Perhaps we can break our news to your parents.
Do not speak of it. Not tonight.
The Count de Morcerf's untimely death has made me think on how fragile life is. I vow not to live in the shadows any longer. Life is too short to forego love.
Valentine, there you are. Please, you must try this. It is a creation of my own.
Thank you. It is very sharp.
As I feared. I must work on the recipe. I shall set a lead to it at once.
I'm sure nothing is beyond your abilities, Your Grace.
Even death is beyond my reach, young man.
Excuse me.
Then not a thought. Perhaps we shall speak on it again more later. Valentine, do not drink anything Madame Villefort brings you.
What was that about?
I'm not sure, my love. Keep your eyes open, Louise. Things are about to become very interesting.
They are always very interesting with you, Your Grace.
Whatever happens, you must protect Mademoiselle Valentine.
Of course.
And Monsieur Morrell.
From whom?
From himself.
Of course.
You are mad?
I've never been so sane. We're free, my love.
What?
From your father and his inheritance and all the rules and laws. No more. Oh, how could we divide our love between your daughter and our son? Oh, now we never will.
What have you done?
It hurts.
Oh, it will only hurt a little while, my angel, and then you'll be in heaven.
What, woman, what have you done?
Well, he's
Doctor,
free,
quickly.
Gerard, and Valentine. They will never know suffering. And now there's nothing between us but our love. Only Gerard and Eloise again.
Quickly, some of you take care of Valentine.
It's time. It's time, my little dove.
No, no, you monster! Edward, my Edward.
He will never know your little secrets. Nor will Valentine. Only I know. And I will never tell because I love you.
That makes one of you.
Shut your damn mouth!
What did he say?
Go and fetch the gendarme. There will be justice here.
No, you cannot. I confess. I confess.
Confess? What, do you hope to escape your punishment? Surely you saved something better than mercy for yourself than that.
My punishment,
Your punishment, madam! I've no desire to see you hang, but there is nothing but justice for you here. Unless, of course, you save some drop for yourself.
No!
I will not spare you. No.
Oh!
No!
Oh!
No! God, no!
Oh!
And now your debt is paid, Villefort.
Debt. My debt! You bring nothing but death these past 6 months.
Oh, we must go
Monte
back
Cristo.
further than that,
No,
sir.
your voice.
You
voice,
first heard
your
it
voice.
23 years ago.
23 years ago.
When
Marseille.
you deprived me of life, of love, and of happiness.
No.
Say my name.
No.
Say it!
No, I don't know it. I don't know it.
Where is your love of justice now, Counselor?
I don't. All right, damn it, it's fine. It's Dantes. Dantes, and you're dead. You're dead. You're... Look. Eloise, a dead woman. Oh.
Take him away, madam. I believe his mind is broken.
What? Poppy's coming. Edward. Poppy's coming.
Is it enough?
The story is almost done.
The child!
I did not expect that!
It is not justice. This is murder.
Back from me, we must leave Paris.
This is not justice.
I gave you an order!
Yes, madame.
She is dead. Valentine is dead.
Is she? I will give her a proper funeral.
Do you not grieve? All is lost!
Be steady!
I should die as well. I have nothing to live for.
You listen to me. My house is not a morgue, and there will be no more death here, do you understand?
Then I will go back to my
You
apartment.
made me a promise. You would obey me in anything.
But that was before.
You made me a promise.
I did.
Then live. November 5th, your life is yours again. Until then, it belongs to me. Do you understand?
I do.
Go home. Sleep. I will send instruction. Ellie, prepare my carriage. Take Mademoiselle Valentine's body. I would hate for it to be mistreated.
Yes, my lady.
You leave by moonrise. God, what have I done?
slaughterhouse. Especially amongst the fashionable. We murder each other in drawing rooms and smile and smile. I hate this life. It's been ordered, measured, laid out like our music paper.
Well, what shall we do?
We will leave. But not just the city, the country. We go to Rome as Countess Monte Cristo suggested. To the Roman theaters. I have 23,000 francs and again as much in jewels. We can live in Rome like princesses.
We cannot go to Rome, Eugenie. Your father will look for you. Our crossing will be impossible. We will be stopped at the border.
When I went to the Countess for letters of introduction to her friends in Rome, she procured for me a man's passport. Here it is, look.
Monsieur Léon Donnelly, 20 years of age, profession, artist. Hair brown, eyes green, traveling with his sister.
I did not dare say wife.
They will stop us, Eugenie.
No, they will try, but they will not succeed.
Eugenie?
Eugenie, what are you doing? What the devil is going on here?
Would you demand explanations from me?
I will demand what I like from and of you, child. I am your father.
But don't try to be familial with me now.
Dare you? Ungrateful creature. I am your father, and by law that makes you my property.
I see. Well, if you're going to speak plainly, then I will be blunt with you. I do not wish to marry. I will not be sold like you sold my horses. I am not a creature. I am a human. I am an artist.
We are ruined, child. There is nothing left. Banker lives on his credit. Child, we are ruined.
What do you suppose that
What do I suppose this has to do with you? Where do you think your pocket money comes from, you stupid girl? You must marry or this family is finished. Don't you understand? If I have nothing, then you have nothing. You are nothing.
You cannot sell me. I am your daughter.
Selling is what daughters are for.
Louise, take your bags and meet me in the carriage. We are done here.
Daughter.
No! You have lost your family and your fortune, sir. Monsieur Danglars has no daughters.
Where are you? Damn you, Danglars, where are you? Come up and share in my triumph. This is not what you wanted. You always loved to laugh at me, to humiliate me. Well, here I am, a Catalan, like the dog shit on your French shoe. And worse, a woman. You had your joke. And what a joke it was. I had my Mercced. I have his blood still on my... But we were never free of Amélie Dantes, so the joke is on you. The joke is on you. Call the devil and see how she comes.
I was never your enemy, Fernanda.
No. Then you are my friend. My friend has killed my husband and stolen my daughter.
Mercced killed himself. Abbess is her own woman.
He killed himself for you!
For his honor.
You despised me all those years ago. You threw yourself at Mercced, pretending your sweetness. You charmed all those men to give you employment and honor and love.
In my youth, I was only myself.
Truly. And yet now, you are a murderess 12 times over. You are false and a fiend, and I say you were always such.
No! I am the hand of God. He gave me his justice to bear, and I brought revenge. Now I have lost my taste for that as well.
And what of my losses?
I took nothing from you which you did not take from me and from Ali Tepelini.
You should have taken your gold and gone anywhere. Anywhere but Paris. Does your hate go so far? You have your title, and all those people bowing and scraping to you. Wasn't that enough revenge?
By the time I came to Paris, I had learned what you never did.
And what was that?
Titles, the money, they mean nothing. I learned to live in a stone cell with nothing but stale bread and water. I will still live whether in prison or free with wealth, poverty. God save me when my friends betrayed me. It is enough.
You never knew what it was to be despised.
I knew what it was to be betrayed.
You should have died!
You should have led a peaceful life. You brought this on yourself.
What do you want of me?
Is this where you planned it? My arrest, my disappearance, and your triumph. Your evil is stained into the wood. You should take this and burn it. All the wicked plans have gone to the flames of hell. The table should go with them.
Answer me. What do you want from me?
My final act of justice. Oh, I'll give you a gift. I'll make you famous.
You mock me?
I will tell the world the truth, and you will take my place at the Chateau d'If.
You dare to shame me?
I would tell the truth. So the world may know Fernanda Mondego, the fishmonger's girl.
No, kill me instead.
I will have justice.
No!
Amelie, are you injured?
I am well. I better look to your mother.
What else, Your Grace? What else is left to be made?
Shall I tear down the world, Ali? For all the little girls who will be forgotten, for all the little boys sold as slaves!
You would bankrupt yourself, Your Grace. You would be but a stone thrown into the ocean.
No. My friend, I will not throw away my life now that it is mine again. As for justice, it is finished.
Good.
She will live. What are you going to do with her? I will do nothing. I am done. You will decide. Me? You are a woman. You must choose what will become of your mother.
Well then. Mother, look at me. You have loved me, I think, in your own way. But I am your daughter no longer. I will not live with your blood money. It belongs to those you betrayed. Go fetch a gendarme, Ali. This woman must be arrested.
You little bitch!
No, Mother! I am no dog. I am a woman. You will be tried and you will be convicted. I have my father's confession and he names you as accomplice.
He is dead.
Yes. He killed himself rather than be exposed for what he was. But he wrote out his confession before he pulled the trigger.
I have it. It's sealed with his blood.
What has happened here?
This woman is a criminal. She attacked my friend, the Countess of Monte Cristo, and you will find she has more to confess to.
Countess of Monte Cristo. It is a pleasure to finally meet you after all my son, Maximillian, has told me.
Maximilian is very dear to me, as is this girl, Alberta. This is Monsieur Morrell. I consider him an old friend. For his son's sake.
Alberta Herrera, Monsieur.
A pleasure, my dear.
Monsieur, I wonder if you could do my friend a favor.
What is that?
This young woman is in need of employment. She is bright and has a future, I think.
I can always use a bright mind in my shipping firm. Of course, Your Grace.
Thank you.
Countess, you have been as a mother to me.
I have been as a friend. I hope I will remain so.
Always.
Au revoir, Alberta.
And where will you go, Your Grace? Will you stay here in Marseille?
Oh, no, Lee, we have one final appointment. We must return to Monte Cristo. Maximilian, you are punctual.
Countess, is it truly you?
Am I so different?
I never saw you laugh in Paris.
Ah, yes, I have forgotten myself.
No, laugh. Be happy. Prove to me that life is endurable. Your display gives me courage.
It is no display. I truly am happy.
Well then, as the gladiator to the Emperor, he who is about to die salutes.
Are you still so committed to ending your own life? Are you so weak that you pride yourself on your suffering?
No! I have reached the goal, and I will go no farther. You told me to wait and hope, so I waited a month. I suffered a month. And I did hope. For something wonderful, an absurdity, a miracle. But with my Valentine dead, I have no hope, except that I shall sleep calmly, deliciously in the arms of death. You named the 5th of November as the end of my period of waiting. Today is the 5th of November, yet here I am.
Maximilian, I have regarded you as my son. And to save my son, I would sacrifice my life, and even my fortune.
What do you mean?
Morrell, I possess nearly 100 million, and I give them all to you. The whole world is open to you. Are you ambitious? Every career before you. Overturn the world, yield to mad ideas, be even criminal. But live. I can't.
Not without Valentine. Please, Countess, you gave me your word.
There. Take it then. I too am weary of life, and since the opportunity presents itself,
No, you who love and are loved. You who have hope, don't follow my example. Your case would be a crime. Well then, goodbye, my noble and generous friend. I shall go and tell Valentine what you have done for me. I'm dying. Thank you. This angel, she looks like my Valentine.
Maximilian will live. There wasn't any poison in that pouch. Though I think he'll forgive my deception when he wakes in your arms, though. I hope this pleases you, Valentine.
Yes. If you doubt it, ask Ali, my beloved brother. I've chosen everything.
I am pleased you call him brother. You must take care of him now, for tomorrow he'll be alone in the wood.
You're leaving.
I have restored your name and fortune. Forget my name and be happy.
And I have no say in the matter.
I choose for both of us. Just go, forget my name and be happy.
Emily, I could not be happy if I forgot you.
Lee.
You are to me the finest of all created things.
You would choose to stay with me. You would dare.
I would even dare to love you.
Well, then let it be as you wish. Love me then, Ali. Perhaps your love can make me forget all that I do not wish to remember. God will not allow me to end in suffering. Au revoir, Abbess, Valentine, beloved child of my heart. Live and be happy, and never forget that until the day God reveals the future, all human wisdom is summed up in these two words: wait and hope.